It's the Montreal Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. Kevin Hart presents LOL at JFS.
So good to be here. I was on a date with a man, believe it or not. And I burped very loudly because he took me to a diner, and I was acting accordingly. I felt great about what I did because burping is highly lauded in my family. And he looked at me, and this is very true, and he said, "Jesus Christ, how did your mother raise you?" And I looked at him and I said, "Alone." All by herself. So there were three of us. She had her hands full. I didn't learn everything I was supposed to. Yeah. My mom raised me and my two older sisters in Ohio, and my mom still lives at home. Loser. My parents are divorced, obviously. And when my mom divorced my dad, she kept the wedding ring. And recently she tried to give me that wedding ring. And I was just like, this is haunted. What am I gonna do with this haunted ring? So when my dad left, he moved down to Orlando, Florida to be an actor. That's not where you go. So a few years passed, and my two older sisters and I, we started going to visit my dad in Orlando, Florida, because it was court ordered. And at that point, my dad's career had really taken off. He had his own business. It was called Stars on Call. Oh, has nobody heard of it? That's so funny. What it was is what he called it. It still exists to this day, and it's like live roadside commercials or character directionals is what he calls it. And at this point, he already had some headshots, which he got done at a Glamour Shots in the mall. I don't know if you guys have been to one of those, but they just take you in a booth. I think they probably put a little blush on him, popped a cowboy hat on his head, which had never been on there before, and then snapped a photo, made him look like magic, and that's what was supposed to represent him to go out on all of his gigs, which really limited the roles he could go out for to like westerns in porn. So those are the only two things that he was doing. So Stars on Call, you are probably very curious, I can tell. What it was is you're picturing somebody who like stands on a street corner with a sign, like a teenager with earbuds in, like, get in here, you know. My dad is that like times a billion, okay? He's out there doing like high kicks. There's pelvic thrusting. That's uncomfortable for a daughter to watch. Raising the roof. He's dressed like a leprechaun. He's being paid by this Irish restaurant to get people to come into that restaurant. He's doing what crazy people do for free, okay? So my dad has all these costumes, and me and my sisters would like love going down there, even all through high school, and like play in these weird ass things. And one night we're all dressed up in different weirdo stuff, and he comes in from the living room. It's like midnight, and he's like, "Girls, get out here. You're gonna want to see this." And we were like, "Do we? Do we want to see what's in your backyard right now at midnight in Orlando, Florida?" What we didn't expect to see were just like 18 raccoons eating out of a huge trough of dog food that he provided them. And he goes, "I threw in some Hershey Kisses." Even raccoons deserve dessert. I was like, that I agree with, honestly. That's the only part that I'm okay with. Otherwise, disgusting, you know. And he goes, "Don't worry, B, after they're done eating, I bleach the deck." You're telling me you've created for yourself a 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. unpaid raccoon internship? Take back your life, you know. And over the years, the numbers have skyrocketed exponentially because he's helping rodents flourish in his backyard. And he goes, like, the highest number that they actually have counted is 73. So it doesn't matter if you believe me, it's very true. It's just 100% 73 raccoons back there. And so my sister was like, "This is such a problem." And she calculated how much she was spending on dog food per year. was over $5,000 a year on dog food. Didn't calculate the Hershey Kisses. Apparently, those are marginal. And my dad goes, I know it's a problem, but on the off nights that we don't feed them, they take their long, skinny fingers, they pick up rocks from a rock garden, and they roll them up and down against our bedroom window until we come out and feed them. That is pure terror. I was like, call an exterminator immediately, you know? But I didn't think about what that phone call would be like for him. Do you know what I mean? They're like his family. I mean, the phone call would be like, yeah, well, we got a little bit of a problem on our hands. There's some raccoons in the backyard. Well, 73. How? Direct result of my actions. So it's far too expensive to exterminate, and he obviously doesn't want to kill these animals. So he decides to go with trapping and releasing into the wild. Now, when I pictured him doing this, I imagined he was just like going around to his neighbor's trash cans, like one for you, and just putting them in there for his neighbors. But no, he was taking them in his car. He drives a Geo, which is essentially a roller skate, and putting a cage in the back of the car. He was putting a blanket over the cage. He called to update me. He's like, B, so far, I've got it under control. I've caught 39 raccoons, 2 possums, and a black cat. But there's still a bunch of them out there, big ones. And he said that they poke their fingers through the blanket and that they, quote unquote, sound like Halloween. This coming from the man that when he visited me in Chicago, he described riding the L train as like Jurassic Park. So I can only imagine that he was thinking of like, ree, 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 or like one of those ghosts you walk by in CVS. It's like, Either way, I don't feel bad for you, you know? And then he goes, did I tell you that one of them got out in the car? And I was like, no, but do. So I can share it with the rest of the world. He goes, well, thankfully, I was just outside the driveway, so I opened the back hatch, it hissed at me, and then I drove off. And I was like, I know exactly how that raccoon feels. So, you guys have been great. Thank you for coming out. I'm Beth.